Right, we're back here for our next feature match for week 5, and we got a good old-fashioned death match on our hand. Both players are at 10 losses. Both players are looking to stay alive. We got John P, Goku, or Go Home, and he's playing against Michael M, Adam Bomb, and Justin's going to be looking at things from his point of view. And there's a couple storylines they're following here, first of which being John's 5-color control deck, which he put on just a master class with a couple weeks ago in that feature match against Chris York, and he's brought it back here. So he was complaining on his podcast he really didn't like the Eldraine week. Basically, the deck that he felt was going to do best was contained, I think, only one or two of the cards from this 5-color control deck. I think it was a red deck playing. I think it must have been the Lorehold Command and maybe one other card from this deck. So Michael, he was playing a green deck last week in Eldraine, so I assume his deck is still green based here this week.
Yeah, he's playing Bant now.
Okay.
So besides this Gold Vein pick, he has Elven Bow, Usher of the Fallen, and Fleetfoot Dancer as a splash.
Okay. That was a good one. We saw him cast that last week. Yeah, so the other storyline we're following here is Michael M and his improbable appearance today in the feature match. Last week he had a elimination match at 10 losses. He won. And then, usually on Tuesdays I put up the YouTube video and I put out the call for players to step up for the next week for the feature match. And he contacted me and he said, put me down for a feature match. And I was thinking, okay, he's 10-10 here. And he actually won his last 3 matches and he's still here. So, improbable as it is, he has kept himself alive. He's gone an entire week and he's still here and he's going to try and stay here. So,
what I know from John's deck, he's probably holding up a counterspell right now, right?
no counterspell. He has a Rona's Vortex, which is a nice answer to this troll. So what he could do here is he could block with block the troll with the Raven and entice the activation, and then Rona's Vortex it. The rest of his hand is 3 lands and the Tatiova, the 3-mana one. And one of his lands is a Jungle Hollow, so he will be able to meet that green blue casting cost. He's not even gonna
not next turn, but
but he will be able to get there. So interesting play. I think I would just put my Augur Raven in front, make him activate it, and then you can Rona's Vortex it, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
you eat up the mana.
Doing this allows him to play Youthful Knight and then potentially equip, but he's just gonna play out both his white creatures.
Okay, so it looks like he's firmly green-white and blue is maybe a splash, or
maybe blue and red are splashes, and maybe just a green-white base aggressive assertive deck.
I know that's what he was doing last week, even with the Eldraine stipulation. He had quite a number of white cards in there, so he's kept the same base, but obviously the restriction has been lifted.
Oh, what are we looking at in this learn plan? I know John has a lot of learn cards from like the small amount of packs he's opened, but
yeah, well, he's at 10 losses now, but he took 3 losses there in Strixhaven week, so it was just a pest summoning and a fractal summoning outside of the ones that we got for free here. He has a 2 introductions to prophecy, I believe.
okay, so if he tries to cast Introduction to Prophecy, I wouldn't be surprised if
okay.
Michael just played Fleetfoot Dancer and then just attacked all.
So he's got a oh no, say it ain't so. He put an inspiring over. He's thinking about putting inspiring overseer to the bottom.
With no white mana, it makes sense.
But he kept a card that is I don't like to say things are better than inspiring overseers, but Cruelty of Gix is it's better than inspiring overseer. But
he might not have the time to cast Cruelty of Gix with this board.
He's gonna put on the pressure here.
Like he attacked for 7, just uninhibited here.
Yeah. And John, he's by using all his mana every turn, he's still cannot cast the Tatiova next turn. So this is trouble here. This is big trouble.
Yeah, we're just kind of seeing someone who plays creatures every turn is obviously going to do a lot more against someone who's just been playing spells that try to draw cards.
Yeah,
at least right now.
Yeah, he's actually more or less dead. He's drawn another land here, so he he can't cast Tatiova. He can cast Cruelty, but I don't think he can afford the 3 life. Is there a creature in his graveyard to reanimate? I don't think so. No, there's not even a creature to reanimate. So, Cruelty of Gix, somehow we found a situation where it's just all of the modes are bad somehow.
I mean, he could play for the first mode, but like it would still nab the Witherbloom Pledge Mage and opponent's hand. But like
Yeah, you gotta,
then
right?
next turn he has to he's losing 3 life to search a card because I think
And,
it's not a May. You have to lose the 3 life. I think.
uh, you lose 3 life, yeah.
I think he could move the Elven Bow to the Youthful Knight here and just get a clean 3 attacks now. Well, not clean because the Usher will just trade.
Yeah, but the Usher's gonna leave behind another body, right? So why would he block the first striker
The
here?
first strike.
I guess he's going to go get.
Uh
He must have a board wipe. He has a Crux of Fate, if I recall.
okay.
So that
Oh,
that
that means not playing this this 2-drop might be a bad idea.
yeah. So he is gonna stay alive here. And for turn, he's drawn a Tranquil Cove, which is the room that we're in right now in our server. Yeah, Crux of Fate. I do recall that he had that one.
Yeah, this Crux of Fate's gonna hit the battlefield and is gonna do a lot of work. Uh, Unfortunately, if he made a 1/1 instead, this 2/2 could have actually cleaned up the game. But as it stands, he needs to find gas, and drawing a land is exactly not what he wanted. So,
And yeah, so he's gonna get back the Fleetfoot Dancer here. He's gonna have haste. He's gonna play Tatiova, and he's gonna start. He's gonna start the attacking right here. Right, he gets to start sending right away with Tatiova. So like we saw in one of the games against Chris, the turnaround was very quick here, and he's up to 7.
and he's drawn to the land. So it looks like the game might just be over as quickly as we thought. But for the
Yeah,
other opponent,
yeah. So the Cruelty of Gix it was a little awkward, and when it came down, but he had just enough life to make sure that he wasn't going to die, and then just having that lifelink creature brought back was just so difficult for Michael to find anything now. Like if that creature was just anything that didn't have lifelink, there was at least there was at least some hope here, and I will say, despite not drawing lands, Michael has been casting a lot of spells. What's he holding here? And
uh,
does any of it
his
help
stream has
out?
crashed. But
Oh,
he from what I saw, last thing he drew was a Gustwalker, which is not going to save him against whatever board John had.
all right. Well, if his stream's not working, maybe you can send him a message there. If his stream.
His computer may have just crashed.
Okay. Well, he did concede there, so I don't think.
Oh, there you go. It's back up now.
Okay. Yeah, he did. He did like concede rather than like just allow himself to die to damage or whatever. But okay. Yeah. So
Okay, so
John
yes,
is he's running basically just a little obviously beefed up version because of the stipulation, but this deck is mostly the same of what we saw uh, 2 weeks ago here. Just Sultai base, couple white cards, couple red cards. Just really looking to outvalue the opponent. He uses removal and then eventually win. So he basically his early game is he has like two creatures that are 2 mana or less. Well,
yeah,
he has a couple of hunt for specimens too. But yeah, basically he's trying to just make sure he's not dead in the early game, but he's looking to take over the game eventually. And like we saw there, a lot of his turnaround cards are going to win the game real quick. Like we saw Tatiova win the game quick. We
yeah.
saw we saw last time the Lorehold command just flip the game on its head, and then if he draws that Ruth which we saw the last time as well, can just do some absolutely crazy stuff this deck.
Oh, yeah, so we saw some of the power from Michael's deck. It's just that he just fell a bit short on the gas because of that board wipe. But he's splashing red for Fleetfoot Dancer, as we saw. He has Outlaw's Merriment, which
Okay,
is
that's a fun one.
that crazy enchantment from Eldraine.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
He also has Showdown of the Skulls,
Yeah, we saw
and
that one last week, I think.
the blue is for a Avalanche Caller, and the other Lagrella, yeah, Lagrella the Magpie.
Okay, yeah, so he's gone for green white with a couple splashes here, and sort of we saw sort of the base problem with green white, right? It's like you play out your creatures, if your opponent, if your opponent wipes your board, it's bad. But like a board wipe was the only actual answer there. So
Yeah, besides that
he
board wipe,
he made him
it was a
basically,
clean win.
yeah. So he really, he had the early game sewn up here. It looks like he took a mulligan though, and is starting off with a 1/1 flyer.
Yeah, he had a one lander at first, and no two drop means here that the aggression plan is falling a bit short at the moment.
Yeah, so John, not drawing great here. He kept a 5 lander with a Grasp of Darkness and a Rutha, but no red source. So the rest of his hand is all lands, but none of them are red. And he's drawn another land here. So at the very least, he gets to kill the troll here with a Grasp of Darkness. But yeah, the rest of his hand is island, forest, and 3 swamps.
I mean, on the bright side, he's not going to see any more creatures from Michael this turn.
Yeah,
If he draws a line, he could play a freelance muscle next turn, which can do a lot of damage.
yeah, that one. If he doesn't Grasp of Darkness the troll, he's definitely going to want to Grasp of Darkness the freelance. But
Okay,
freelance
well he
can
had
die to most removals where Eyesight Troll does escape some number of them. So I guess he didn't draw land. He's just going to go for the pumps here.
yeah, probably going to bait out the Brass of Darkness here.
Yep, makes sense.
Uh, he did draw a Gustwalker, so that's the reason why he has opted for this plan.
Yeah, Gus
So
Walker.
he still has a creature to play.
What a 2 drop. And I mean, that card was from like, wow, a long time ago now, like six years. And that card still measures up. A lot of the creatures from 6 years ago don't always measure up in today's limited, but Gus Walker has stood the test of time here as a premium 2 drop.
Yeah, Gustwalker amazing. I'm surprised that he sees his opponent's not doing much and decides to attack into the eye twitch. He has bound and gold in his hand, so eye twitch might be valuable enough to bound and gold. You don't want to kill it, and he doesn't struggle for Skemfar in his foretell zone, so like he still
Okay.
has like backup removal. It's not like he's gonna miss that bound and gold,
Ah,
but like
and the cruelty of Gix comes off the top here with close to no pressure.
oh my god, it's gonna nab the freelance muscle and then he's gonna be able to tutor.
Oh boy, yeah. As you can see, he got the environmental sciences here. Despite having the rest of his hand be lands, he wants to cast Rutha. So the environmental
Yeah,
sciences is just in order to get the Rutha. Um, I believe you can legally target the cruelty of Gix with a bounding goal, but it won't do anything.
yeah, because it's triggered abilities, not activated
Yeah, I believe you
abilities.
could enchant just about anything with that, so it doesn't do it. Well, let's see what he gets
Yeah,
here, because I don't think he needs his board wipe. I could see him just. Let's see. Let's see what he gets here.
getting going to 9 life is still risky considering he has no other play besides the card he's tutoring up.
I mean, he could get a lower
And
hold command that would gain him life.
yeah, Laurel Command would be pretty
I
decent.
think, yeah,
Uh,
he's landed on that, especially with the possibility of what it can do with in tandem with Rutha. But he will not be able
yeah,
to play Rutha and cast the lower hold command on the same turn unless he draws another untapped red source. So now he's wondering. Okay, he's just gonna play Rutha here,
ooh,
but if Michael Bound and Gold doesn't do anything against Rutha, I think the correct
it,
play
it does
there.
it does because it's an activated ability. It can't activate.
No, it's a triggered ability, right? Oh no, it's an activated.
Yeah, it's an activated
Oh,
ability.
okay. So it does actually answer it. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Alternatively, he could have
Inserted
attacked
Gustwalker.
with the Gustwalker, exerted it, and then just got it off the board because it being on the board still presents a risk if he has a way to mess around with that enchantment. He's playing green as one of his base colors,
Yeah,
so it's slightly more risky.
wait, that's freelance muscle. Because even now he's our hold command, so he can't even like get rid of this freelance muscle. He has drawn Elspeth Resplendent though.
Okay, so that
I guess
I think it's able to start. It puts counters on things, right?
yeah. Looks like he's keeping the. Oh, he's gonna sack Rutha to draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Smart.
He figures, I can maybe get back from my graveyard at some point, and don't really care about a 3/2. a 3/2 token doesn't actually do anything here, and you might think, well, the 3/2 token ends the game faster. It's like that's not really the point of his deck, and he drew a negate as one of the 2 cards here, so that's just
Oh,
brutal.
that's
Yeah, the other
savage.
card is Splendid Agony, which is also going to be a beating. Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
he's
you
so now we
attack for
see
8.
we see the power of John's deck. No,
Oh no,
it
it's not
counts
8.
other creatures.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that'd be pretty wild for an uncommon if I meant a 4/4 that attacked as an 8/8. Yeah, so
Yeah,
now
okay.
he's just gonna cast his draw X here, and
Oh, is that the mastery?
oh, I think he's mistakenly chosen the. Oh, he's okay. No, he's chosen them the way he wanted it to. Yeah. So he has just a spoils of riches in hand. He has Splendid Agony is off consumption, Serpentine Curve, which is currently at 6, Expedition Diviner, the 3/2 flyer.
Okay.
Yeah, Expedition Diviner seems like one of those cards that he has to play because of the stipulation this week. Like I don't think his deck wants a 4-mana 3/2 flyer, like in its current state. Like,
So
but
why cast this off consumption there just to gain life?
yeah, it also feeds the Serpentine Curve.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay,
Yeah,
so just kind of Splendid Agony
yeah, he's got an
and
Augury
Tartar.
Raven there in the Foretell zone. So this game is going to be over in many ways soon.
Yeah, he's forced to kind of crack this Botanica Plaza just to try and find action.
And I guess he still has that. Is it still a struggle for Skemfar there? Foretold that doesn't kill
Oh,
anything.
that might be something that comes out of nowhere. He's drawn Avalanche Caller.
Okay, he can't cast it currently, but on the right
He has an
board.
island. He has a tap.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
he
mean,
could
he,
actually.
he couldn't cast it this turn, is what I was getting at here. So here's a 3/2. Wait, if he plays Serpentine Curve, doesn't he just win?
Oh, he got just one. He got just one through the Serpentine Curve. Yeah.
Doesn't he just get a +8? Or is it mana cost? No, it's power.
Yeah, it's power.
Oh, he could have actually won there. He would have got +8. Maybe he didn't realize it. Because it's
Yeah,
not
well,
like he's
Avalanche
holding it.
Caller might.
It's not like he's holding the Serpentine Curve in case there's like a board wipe or something. That's the only reason he didn't play it because the rest of his hand is lands. So he's just like,
Okay.
well, if he has a board wipe, I want to be able to stop. But yeah, this Avalanche Caller is not going to be quite enough here. There's 2 lethal flyers and only 1 eligible blocker.
Well, what he can do is that he can like play. He can animate a land, have that land fight.
That he can do, yes. I think that's the only thing he can do.
Oh, I think he's tapped wrong though.
No, he can still pay a green, right? It's foretold.
Yeah, but now he now he can't attack. I don't think he could have attacked anyways,
Yeah,
but
I don't think attacking was really on the menu here.
because now you're kind of have to like chump block Augury Raven, chump block Freelance Muscle.
Yeah,
Uh,
so Michael basically got a window here, but doesn't that still kill him with the 2 flyers? No,
uh,
he could move the bow over,
no, no,
but then his guy dies
no.
to the -1 counter, so he's just dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so John could have won the game the turn before with the Serpentine Curve. There, he basically left himself dead on board, and he's just going to say, "Well, I had this too," which he just drew for turn, and John's going to continue this march with this 5-color control deck that we're enjoying very much. And Michael stuck around for a week, but he met his
Yeah.
end here finally. So thanks to both
Yep.
players, and we'll be back for our next feature match in a little bit.